I let this 5-gallon tank become completely infested with pest snails. On purpose. Why? To test if seltzer water can eliminate them once and for all, before I add permanent residents. Could this unconventional solution be the secret to a pest-free aquascape? Or did I just make a fool of myself buying a car full of seltzer? Let's dive in and find out. Today I'm testing one of the most effective methods recommended by experts and hobbyists alike. Reverse respiration using seltzer water. Here's a brief explanation of how and why reverse respiration works, provided by the RR team themselves. Wait. Did you forget to like and subscribe? Okay, done. Thank you.
But all kinds of unwanted pests can find a home in your tank, and traditional cleaning methods can pose risks for fish as well as plants. You may have a fear of damaging your plants, and an even greater fear of harming your fish. You may be confused about which technique is safe. Introducing reverse respiration, our simple, inexpensive, and foolproof technique. Chemical-free reverse respiration exploits the difference in the way plants and parasites breathe. Parasites breathe in oxygen, and plants absorb carbon dioxide. A pure CO2 environment asphyxiates pests and enriches plants.
Pause the video if you want to read further. I also link to the patent in the description if you want to read it in full. The RR team also has a cool patent which was just approved for them recently, and appears to reference applications and monitoring tools to more effectively apply the reverse respiration techniques at home and at scale commercially. They have some really interesting ideas as to how this can apply to things outside the aquarium hobby. The claim of being able to use the technique on produce to render it insect, virus, and bacteria-free in 30 minutes is very interesting. Back to the topic of today's video. This 5-gallon tank has been overrun by pest snails, and while they can be beneficial, they can be the bane of many aquascapers' existence. At one point I was experimenting with Algae Fix, which appeared to accidentally nuke the snails, as mentioned in the build video for this tank, but they rebounded quickly. This will be your warning. If you find these snails cute, treat them as pets, enjoy their company, or see them as anything other than pests, you should probably click off this video. The goal for today is total elimination, but I understand many people adore these little guys. Back to the video. As we saw earlier, the principle behind this method is fascinating. By creating a high CO2 environment, we essentially suffocate the snails and algae while leaving the tank ready for new residents. It's bold, unconventional, and honestly a little bit intimidating. But could it be the solution that I need? Here's the catch. I previously saw these pest snails gathering above the waterline for extended periods of time when my DIY CO2 rendered the water inhospitable. Will these snails be able to brave the air that we breathe for long enough to survive this treatment? I'm not sure, but I'm worried that they will. Additionally, the reverse respiration team only uses this method in a bucket to treat plants in small quantities. Would this even work at such a large tank-wide scale? For this experiment, I calculated I'd need about 20 liters of seltzer water for my 5-gallon tank. After accounting for the substrate and hardscape, it's likely a good bit less, but I wanted to be sure. I picked up 5 1-liter bottles from Lidl and 8 2-liter bottles from Publix for under $20 altogether. Once home, I drained the tank as much as possible, even using a turkey baster for the stubborn bits. Then I poured in the seltzer water. To retain as much carbonation as possible, I used a funnel and poured gently. Though RR's video suggests this isn't critical, after filling, I covered the tank completely to ensure that it was blacked out and that the plants wouldn't be using that CO2 up. Now, we wait at least 12 hours. After sitting overnight, I'm happy to report that the experiment was a success. The tank water is crystal clear, and all the pest snails appear to have been exterminated, including ramshorns, mini ramshorns, and bladder snails. Even the snail eggs I could see are now frosted over white and presumably no longer viable. Interestingly, some stubborn algae still remains on the leaves in hardscape. However, there's much less than before, and I'll keep an eye on it over the next few days to see if it flakes off. I didn't want this larger ramshorn snail to go to waste, so I dropped it in my shrimp tank for the critters in there to snack on. The seed shrimp, which my girlfriend affectionately calls... What do you call those little things that are like the shrimp, the little ones though? The tiny ones that float around?
The squib?
Yeah, squibs, that's right, thanks. Are absolutely going to town. The seed shrimp in the cherry breeding tank were really frustrating at first. I was worried they would be out competing my cherries for food, but they seem to have settled in pretty nicely. Despite some algae persisting, I'm very happy with the results, especially considering the cost. For under 20 bucks, this method delivered a huge improvement to my tank, and I will absolutely be using it moving forward. Have you ever dealt with a snail infestation? Let me know your favorite method in the comments. If you enjoyed this experiment, hit like and subscribe for more DIY adventures in aquascaping. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.